What's up guys, everyone is doing well. In this video I'm going to be going over how to stake on the recently launched XYO Layer One blockchain. I will begin by going over, as you can see here, the two tabs that are on the XYO Layer One GitBook documentation, going over the system staking with respect to Genesis staking, and then eventually transitioning over to the step-by-step guide pertaining to MetaMask, connecting that to the XYO Layer 1 staking portal, and a few other aspects related to using hot wallets, online wallets, or cold wallets, hardware wallets, etc. But nonetheless, to go ahead and get it started, we can see here with the first tab, System Staking Guide. System staking allows you to put your XYO tokens to work without running a node. By staking, you support the XYO Layer 1 network and earn XL1, the native gas and utility token of the blockchain. By locking up XYO through this pool, participants receive XL1 token rewards without any slashing risk, as rewards are distributed from a randomized portion of block earnings. When it comes to how to system stake, you are going to visit the staking portal. That is simply xyo.network/staking. So just in any browser, whether you are using a desktop, laptop browser, whether it be Microsoft Edge, Google Chrome, Brave, which is the one I'm using, or Opera, or even, as we'll get to it, going over the mobile app MetaMask guide, the built-in in-app browser for the MetaMask mobile app, whether you're on iOS or Android, which is what you will necessarily have to use if you are going to be doing a purely mobile method for staking XYO to earn XL1. Here you'll see an image. This is the XYO staking portal. We'll eventually get to this as I get into, like I said, actually going over just what steps need to be taken. But this is really the main interface that you will be interacting with, something you need to become familiar with when it comes to the staking on the end of XYO, as opposed to also using MetaMask as that intermediary between exchange, online hot wallet, MetaMask to XYO staking portal. So obviously you're going to want to connect your wallet like that image showed. You'll just click connect your wallet. You're going to choose MetaMask, ensure your wallet has XYO. You're also going to need Ethereum as well in order to pay for the necessary transaction, or the fees for the overall transactions you're making by staking the XYO. If you don't own any XYO, you can buy it on a number of popular exchanges, typically Coinbase here, KuCoin, Kraken, and Crypto.com will be the most popular, but there are plenty of other exchanges as well. Once you finally connect your MetaMask wallet, you'll enter the stake amount, inputting that amount of XYO you'd like to stake. Eventually your rewards will come from the step reward pool. This here as a specific aspect of the overall XYO staking portal. This is mainly what you're going to be interacting with via XYO's interfacing. Up here where you'll see, this is where your MetaMask wallet address will show connection. You'll see how much XYO is in that wallet. There's an add stake tab, manage positions tab, a claim XL1 tab. Again, I will get to going over this more in depth in the second portion. Eventually, you're going to be authorizing your staking contract. You're going to approve the staking contract from the MetaMask wallet. This grants permission for the staking tool to lock up the selected tokens. You will confirm that staking. After the approval, your XYO tokens will leave your wallet and be stored securely in the staking contract. When it comes to the staking life cycle and staking positions, each time you stake, you'll create a new staking position. If at any point you would like to remove your stake, you can do that with the three-dot menu on the right side of your stake position. Again, I'll get to going over that here shortly. And if you do this, it is imperative to know that you will be sacrificing your current and future rewards in the Genesis staking by removing that stake, obviously. So when the stake is removed, you must wait a period of time afterwards to fully withdraw your stake. The system staking follows 4 stages here. First, staked, your tokens are active and earning rewards. Stake removed, tokens earned or tokens stop earning rewards and our pending review to ensure no malicious behavior occurred. Withdrawal ready. Tokens are unlocked and available for withdrawal, but not yet back in your wallet. The final stage, withdrawn, your tokens are returned to your wallet. It will be important to note that once tokens are in the withdrawal ready stage, you must actively withdraw them. Leaving them unwithdrawn is like removing money from a savings account and merely leaving it on the counter. It is no longer earning and is not in your wallet. Again, this is another image showing the claim XL1 tab. Again, we'll get to it, but this right now is not doing anything which pertains to the 30 days, the first 30 days of the staking associated with the Genesis reward pool booster period, which then we'll get to that in the next tab here on the GitBook. When it comes to the rewards here, once Genesis staking ends, the rewards will be issued. Like I said, that's that first 30 days. It's actually October 16th when we will begin to get these XL1 rewards. And eventually we will be consistently, as time goes on, updated on the system staking with new features that allow us to view our rewards and claim them regularly after the initial Genesis staking period ends. And again, just to continue to reiterate this throughout the video, you're going to visit xyo.network/staking to start staking. Do not do that on any other URL. For example, if you're scrolling on X or Reddit or some other online medium of information and you see some post about staking XYO to get XL1 and it's not specifically this link down here, xyo.network/staking, do not do anything with that. Otherwise you will be risking losing your assets or other forms of attacks as well, especially if you download malicious software. Here for the next tab, Genesis Staking Explained. The launch of the system staking on XYO Layer 1 comes with a unique opportunity. The Genesis staking period. For the first 30 days, early stakers can earn from a special reward pool of over 100 million XL1 on top of the natural rewards generated by the network itself. See this image here. This is also going to be on the XYO staking portal interface. Some part of this, at least the right aspect, where we'll notice these number of milestones associated with the staking of XYO and earning that XL1 eventually post Genesis boosting or Genesis reward boosting pool period, where we'll see the early stakers unlocking higher multipliers, a boosted reward pool, and massive XL1 payouts. So it's going to be imperative that if you want to maximize your opportunity here, you're doing this within the first 30 days. The pool grows in two ways. Block rewards. Each new block contributes a portion of rewards to the separate reward pool. And here, block rewards obviously is going to be associated with the block producers on chain, and obviously it being a blockchain solution, and being with the step reward pools associated with the step hashes. I've gone over every other tab on this GitBook in two previous videos, which I'll have linked as cards at the beginning of this video. It's about 6.5 hours of content or so, made with me going over comprehensively and in depth the structure and function and architecture of XYO Layer 1 while also relating it to my own presentation, simplifying and condensing and distilling the information and comparing it to the ancient Greek culture and the ancient Aryan culture when applicable in very, very interesting ways, if I may add. Secondly, the pool can grow in community milestones as more XYO stake, new tiers unlock, and additional XL1 is added to the pool, which is what this image here is pointing out. With the Genesis tiers, there are 3 tiers. Tier 1, 0 XYO staked. We've already boosted this pool with 100 million XL1. Tier 2, 500 million XYO staked. Once the community reaches 500 million XYO staked, XYO's total pool boost reaches 150 million XY1. At Tier 3, with 1 billion XYO staked, once the community reaches 1 billion XYO staked, XYO's total pool boost reaches 200 million XL1. Now, we can see here only 3 tiers laid out, with the highest one being associated with a total of 1 billion XYO staked, which means that's removed from the current circulating supply, which would put the circulating supply somewhere around 12.6 billion. In my recent postings concerning XYO Layer 1 and the staking mechanism, I provided a ceiling of upwards towards around 20% of the current circulating and even the total or max supply, because the circulating supply is very, very close to the total supply. Almost all the supply of XYO, being a deflationary and cap token, is already in circulation. But if, to sum that up, if we see, at least in my view, a amount of XYO staked that causes the circulating supply to go below, especially significantly below 10 billion, I will be quite surprised and shocked. So I think perhaps whenever you, in recent times, if any of you saw the one of the co-founders, Marcus Levin, mentioning a significant portion of XYO expected to be staked and locked up on chain. There was a post on the official XYO page about that recently, just before the Layer 1 actually launched on the 16th. So this potentially could be the significant amount they're referring to. I think more properly, again, significant would probably entail upwards to like a few billion at most, which would put it down to around that $10 to $11 billion range. But even seeing 1 billion locked up is quite a good milestone at the very least. And when it comes to the timing of obviously being in this genesis period, these first 30 days, with noteworthy incentives for staking early on, contributing to the and participating within the ecosystem. The earlier your stake is the better. The earlier you stake, the larger amount of step rewards you will receive in due time. The longer you stake, the better as well, because your step rewards will be larger. Your percentage of total stake supply defines your share of rewards. The more you stake, the higher your percentage of total stake is. This percentage also drives down how much of the pool you receive, and also as well, larger early stakers capture a proportionally higher return. When you stake early, you can get larger percentages of early step rewards, meaning you or your rewards at the end of Genesis will be larger. So again, emphasis on being a early bird, contributing as much as you possibly can or are open to, within these first 30 days, and you will reap the benefits that start to touch the ceiling, because after these 30 days, the people staking then will not be able to have as large rewards as the people who were first to the scene to participate within the ecosystem by staking. So now moving here into the actual XYO portal for the staking. Again, like I showed in the GitBook, there was this image. Now we're actually on the site itself, and you will, like I said, you'll get this first box here prompted to connect your MetaMask wallet. You'll simply click connect, but before we do this, I already have mine set up, so I can simply just click connect and I'll be connected. But before we do this, if you're going to use desktop, either whether Microsoft Edge, Google Chrome, Brave, Opera, typically in the top right corner, you'll see an icon or symbol. Usually it's 3 lines or 3 dots. In my case, it's 3 lines. You'll open up kind of the settings or control panel of your whatever browser you're using. You're going to want to navigate to extensions and then click on the pop-out window, something to the effect of saying visit your web store, get extensions from XYZ store, whatever it is, according to your specific browser. Once you do this and you go into visit your web store, you are going to simply just search for MetaMask, and you will want to make sure you click. Typically it's going to be the one at the top. Make sure you see this blue check mark, metamask.io. You'll click on this and just further verify this blue check mark here. This is just letting you know this is created by the owner of the listed website. This is so MetaMask proper, meaning that this publishes a good record with no history of violations. And you'll see this blue button here off towards the upper right, and you'll click that. You'll then be led through a short, brief, simple process just to add the extension to your browser. And also as well, across most of these browsers, the extension icon or button to press will be, again, somewhere towards the top right or somewhere up here on your upper, your URL deck, with plenty of other options as well. You'll see the the extension button looks like a puzzle piece in most instances, as I said. If you click this, you'll see your list of extensions. You'll just navigate to MetaMask Make sure you pin it. This will just make it easier. It'll just put it right here up on your upper URL bar, taskbar, whatever you want to call it. Simply then just click on MetaMask. It will open up the desktop extension of MetaMask. You'll see a number of things. What you want to mainly take note of is in the top left, you have your wallet address. You'll see here below that your values of what you have on your wallet. Obviously, if it's a new wallet, you won't have any. If it's in a pre-existing wallet that you are recovering, then you will more likely than not have funds. One of the things that I do need to note is that I'm not going to specifically be going over how to set up a MetaMask wallet. It's very simple. Obviously, I've shown how to actually install it in the first place. All I got to do is just open up. Like I said, it's simple. You'll be prompted to accept a few things, whether or not like you want to share your data with MetaMask to help develop the app over time. Eventually, you'll be prompted to make a password so you can provide some degree of security to get into the actual wallet. And then you'll be given your recovery or seed phrase, which is a list of 12 words. This is the thing that is most important. You need to make sure you write this down and keep it in a safe place. Don't store it digitally. Don't take it, on your phone in your notes app or something like that. Write it down, save it physically. Don't take a picture of it. Ideally, you want to engrave your seed phrase, recovery phrase on metal rather than just writing it down with a pencil or pen, because obviously on a piece of paper like that, it's not resilient. It could, especially if you wrote it in ink, get wet. And if you lose the seed phrase, then you can never, you will not be able to recover your funds in the future if you can no longer access the wallet on what you originally set it up on. So it's very imperative that you, when you're setting your wallet up, if you're not familiar with any of this at all, make sure you do not lose that recovery phrase. Make sure that you know where it is and you keep it in a safe place. And also, just to quickly note as well, this MetaMask is an online hot wallet. It is, secure for what it is, but ideally for, the most security and safety and caution, you want to get an offline hardware cold wallet, something like a Trezor or Ledger. There's also plenty of other options. Those are the best options for long-term storage of most of your assets in the cryptocurrency world, whereas something like MetaMask, an online hot wallet, is just meant for, making transactions, sending funds for whatever X, Y, and Z reason you need to from here to there, and doing what you need to do within the blockchain world on chain. But here we can see some options: buy and sell, swap, send, and receive. You'll see some tabs here: tokens, DeFi, NFTs, activity. For the concern of this video, you just want to stick to the tokens tab. Before you do anything, make sure you navigate to, if you're on desktop, you'll see 3 little dots. Again, I will get to the mobile aspect of this shortly, but for desktop, you'll click these 3 dots. You'll click import tokens. Here you will just search for XYO. You'll see XYO, check it off, click next, then search up XL1. Do the same thing, check it off, click next. And as I already have them here, it will add them to your list of tokens. And whenever you finally send your XYO and also Ethereum from whatever exchange you're using, be it Coinbase, KuCoin, again, whatever it may be, you will see the amount of XYO sent and Ethereum you sent and their values pop up on here. Now, if you don't add XYO beforehand by the import function, it won't pop up. It doesn't mean you don't have your tokens. It just simply means that you don't have XYO in your token listing. Therefore, it's just simply not displaying your how many XYO you have and the value of it. So if you don't do that beforehand, you don't see it, don't worry. All you got to do is just import the token. They are there. As long as you sent it to the correct wallet address, just make sure whenever, if you're using Coinbase, for example, now moving on to really the next step here with the receive option. This looks like a QR code, and below it is the actual wallet address. Now, if you're doing everything on your desktop, ideally, you're going to want to copy your address and just paste it into your exchange, be it Coinbase or whatever else. So you send your XYO and Ethereum to this proper address, or which can be easier if you're using MetaMask on your desktop and you're using the staking portal on your desktop, but you use the Coinbase app on your phone, you can simply just scan this QR code with your phone and send your Ethereum and XYO that way by scanning that QR code. So once you do this with your respective exchange and get that sent out, it'll obviously pop up in your wallet. Once you do that, you will then, again, we'll go back here to the XYO system staking portal. At that point, you will just simply click here, connect, and eventually you will have your wallet here added. There may also be, it may not be as simple as you just saw it there, where I just simply click connect and you instantly see it right here. I believe, in all honesty, when I did this for myself the first time, I don't quite remember or recall it, but there might be another screen or two to actually confirm with MetaMask the connection. But it's, again, most of this is self-explanatory. It's simple. Just read what you're being displayed and follow the instructions. But once you actually connect, you'll see again your MetaMask wallet here. Next to it, you'll see the number of XYO in that wallet. I don't currently have anything in there because I've already staked the amount I wanted to for now, just to test the waters and participate to some degree in the ecosystem. Because myself personally, if I am to say, I'm not looking to stake a lot of XYO. I personally don't want to do that, but it's to each their own. Like I said, you'll see add stake tab, manage positions tab, and claim XL1. In the add stake tab, you'll see here 1 million. You'll just simply click in this box, type in the amount that you want to stake. The minimum stake amount here is 1,000 XYO. The maximum stake amount is just however much XYO you have in your wallet. Whenever you type the value here that you want to stake, the stake button will then light up. You will click stake. You will stake your position. Eventually, you will see the manage positions tab here with your network staking, rewards address, various other data points, how long you've had your stake in, how much XYO is in this stake, its active state. And there's also these 3 dots here that the GitBook mentioned where you can unstake and then eventually withdraw your stake. There's the details tab here and also sharing your stake, but that's generally the gist of staking. Again, it's quite simple, pretty straightforward. One of the things XYO is aiming for is an ease of onboarding process for clearly, obviously, with this specific paradigm in blockchain solutions, things in terms of the interface like APIs should and need to be made as simple, as fluid, as seamless as possible so as to get the people that have no idea, the new people into the space onboarded in a simple fashion that doesn't completely go over their head and causes them not to want to even bother with a paramount technological revolution. Then there's also, again, the Claim XL1 tab here. Like I said, click Claim your XL1 rewards. It's not going to do anything until after these first 30 days during this Genesis period. But other than that, up here you can see how much is currently sitting in the reward pool. A little over 108 million. At these milestones, you again will see some more XL1 added to that pool. There's an area for your stake. Earned XL1, which again here is coming soon. This is where it'll tell you that when the Genesis reward pool boost ends on October 16th, your total earned XL1 will appear here. 27 days, 14 hours left in the Genesis staking period. Currently 162 million approximately XYO have been staked. Seems to have been slowing down within the last few hours. Seems like there was a pretty rapid increase within the first 36 hours or so, but over the last maybe 5 to 10 hours or so, it seemed to have kind of tapered off a bit, at least for now. Now, as I said, when it comes to the mobile aspect of this, it's going to be, like, really the interface will look borderline exactly the same here as the desktop interface. I will pop up some images to show the home interface of a mobile app, specifically an iOS device. And then also, as I said earlier, when you are in the home interface, you are going to look down in the bottom left, the second to right, beginning from the left option or tab, the browser. If you're using a mobile app for MetaMask, you need to use the in-app browser. Click on that, and then you'll see the in-app browser screen. You'll see a search box for your URL that you need to put in, which again is xyo.network/staking. Type that into that search box, search it, and then it will take you to this page here, and it'll just look like this. You'll need to connect your wallet because you're literally doing everything in the MetaMask mobile app. It'll be very simple. So really, I guess this is the recommended way to do it because it's the most simple. You'll simply just click connect, it'll do its thing. You'll eventually be connected and you'll go through the same process that I just went over here with the add stake, manage positions, and then eventually when the time comes, claiming your XL1. Some of the differences on the mobile app are, again, they're trivial. The input, or the import rather, function for new tokens is going to be a plus signal on the tokens tab, as opposed to those three dots on the desktop version. And then on the mobile app, it'll also say up on the top your 4 options of funding, swapping, sending, and receiving. Whenever you click receive on the mobile app, it looks the same as the receive does here on the desktop app, so there's no difference there. Like I said, basically the same. There are a few minor and trivial differences, but outside of that, again, very seamless, very fluid. When I did this for my first time staking the small amount of XYO that I have so far, I had no hiccups. It was a very quick and easy process, but I do want to make a final note for the guide that if you are struggling with anything and you're having some issues and you're coming into some dilemmas while doing this, feel free to comment on this video or anywhere on the channel, whatever questions you may have, and I'll try my best to help provide a solution to whatever issue that you may be experiencing. Now, the last thing that I want to do here is come back here to the GitBook and just encourage all of you to go through this yourself. Like I said, I already have 2 videos going over everything here, but I'd recommend to go through it yourself, especially go to the XYO papers section, read the original 2018 XYO white paper back in the early stages of XYO when it was just an isolated data cluster that didn't have a home on an L1 blockchain just yet, and then going on to read here the XYO Layer 1 white paper, which is with the advent of the XYO Layer 1 that is now the home for all of the data that XYO as a DePIN has been collecting in the last 7 to 8 years. These are actually 2 things I haven't gone over on this channel, and I don't plan on going over it because I feel like white papers are something that you really just need to dive into yourself and read for yourself and study if you are interested in a project, and especially if you want to have a deeper understanding of blockchain technology, cryptography, and various other related technologies that are concerned with this ongoing and developing paradigm, as we are still sitting at the infancy of everything. And lastly, I'm going to be doing my best to continue to update here the staking statistics, how much XYO is going to be staked within the first week or so, going into the end of this 30-day period, just to really keep track of the development and just see actually where we end up with how much XYO is staked. Obviously, as that goes on, how the price will be impacted and everything else considered as well. But all that being said and everything else gone over, I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.
Ooh, I'm regretting now, won't I see you forever, such a long time.